Kal Hala Yahweh Ba'Shem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Entire Nation Hebrew Israelites, not no Christian, not no Adventist. You don't find those words in the Bible. I'm giving all honor, praises to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His holy anointed Son Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. There's no J in the Hebrew language. Don't believe me? Take your smartphone out, open it up, and see when the letter J was invented, right? 500 plus years ago. Christ walked over 2,000 years ago. His name cannot be Jesus, nor his father named Jehovah, right? Okay, so I'm out here today, and I'm going to do just like the prophets of old did, right? And matter of fact, I'm going to read that verse right off the bat. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. Read not the book of Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So now if you're going up into church and they only singing that kumbaya song and dance to you, they're not prophesying the word of the Most High. I'll read that again. Jeremiah 8 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, right? Because these things must come upon the earth. And why do they prophesy of war? Because the God that you learn in the Bible in church is not the God that you learn when you open up the Bible and read for yourself. And I'll prove that. I'm going to read the book of Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. A quick short verse for the point. Because this God they teach you in church is not the God that you find when you open the Bible. Read not the book of Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. It reads, the other one, the Lord is a man of war. There he goes, said it right there. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. So he is a man of war. And like Jeremiah just said, they prophesied of war. And guess what? These things is coming right around the corner sooner rather than later, right? Because the Most High is angry. And he's angry. Now, before I go into his anger, I'm going to give one more to show that what the Most High is about. And it's not what they tell you in the churches. And I'm going into the book of Psalms, chapter 66, verse 5. And it reads, come and see the works of Yahweh. He is terrible in his doing towards the children of men. So I don't know what you learn in the church. This all-loving, only one to sing kumbaya, pass out lollipops and cotton candy to the kids. That's not in the Bible. That's not in the Bible. I'm going to read that verse again just so everybody get it. Read not the book of Psalms, chapter 66, verse 5. Come and see the works of Yahweh. He is terrible in his doing towards the children of men. It didn't say he's nice and neat and all he does is give love. Matter of fact, let me show you who he gives love to.
of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, chapter 7, verse 9. And it reads, know therefore that the Most High thy power, he is power, the faithful power, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him, and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. So that's who the Most High loves, those that keep his commandments. If you don't keep his commandments, he doesn't love you. You cannot find the scripture in the Bible that tells me the Most High loves you if you're not keeping his commandments. It's not in there. That's Christian rhetoric. That is not in the Bible, and I challenge anybody to come show me where the Most High loves you regardless, because it's not in the Bible. Right? Anyway, but like I touched on earlier, the Most High prophesied of war. His prophets prophesied of war, right? And right now, the Most High has a great controversy against one particular nation. Truth is, he has a controversy with a lot of nations, right? First off, he only made 18 nations, but he has a controversy with almost all, if not all these nations, but there's one particular nation that he has a big problem with, right? And I'm going to read out the book of Romans chapter 13 in the New Testament. And I'm going to start at verse 9. Salakia. I said Romans chapter 9 verse 13. Salakia. I said Romans chapter 9 verse 13. And it reads, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. So the Most High only loved Jacob. And that's what it just, I'm reading right there, and it's saying as it is written, meaning you could go and find this somewhere else that he wrote this exact thing. It said, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. Jacob is a nation, the nation called Israel. Not most people living in the land of Israel. That's just a land they call Israel. Jacob is a people. But Esau have I hated. See, the Most High said he hates. That's another newsflash. They believe that God only loves. But he just said, but Esau have I hated. Right? So the Most High loves a certain nation, and there's a certain nation that he hates. Right? And that nation, Esau, is commonly known, is what we call today as the white man. Right? And how you know that? You live in Belize. Belize is not a country full of white people. But yet, when you go in your pocket, you see a white face on any bill, any coin you pull out. Why is that? Why is that? Because they came over here and they slaughtered in the millions the indigenous Mayans that was living here. And they stole this land. This land was not given to them. They stole this land from the Mayans. That's what they did. Right? They killed off a lot of people to take this land. And the Most High said, let me read Galatians. This is one thing the Most High said. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Read not the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. It reads, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And what the white man did when they came here was they sowed a lot of bloodshed. They killed a lot of indigenous Mayans. They took them, put them on slave ships, and sent them to Spain. Then they went to Africa and took people, not Africans. First of all, they didn't take Africans, they took Israelites put them on slave ships and brought them to what they call the New World. And God is not mocked. What they sow is what you reap. And nobody can show me the white man paid for these crimes against humanity that they did. But don't worry about it. The time shall come, right? Because like the Messiah said, God is not mocked, right? And I'm going to get that again in the book of Revelation in the New Testament. Chapter 13, verse 9, I start verse 9. And it reads, if any man have an ear, let him hear. That don't mean if you have an ear, because we all have ears. It means if you have understanding, understand. He that leadeth into captivity, and that's what the white man did. They took the Mayans, slaughtered them, and who they didn't slaughter, they put on slave ships and sent to Spain. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. See, it didn't say might go, it said shall go. It didn't say could go, it said shall go. And nobody can show me the white man being in captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Right? Again, it didn't say can, might, should. It said must be killed. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, right? Because when you watch, these are things that the white man did right here. They put chains on people's neck, they whip their back, bruise their back up, and they have not paid anything for that yet. They think that the Most High Yahweh forgot, but he didn't forget. He just give them time, right? Because the Most High does everything by time. Everything he does by time, right? He's not forgotten that. And they should have known this. They should have known that they was going to pay for this thing, right? I'm going to read out the book of Numbers in the Old Testament. Numbers chapter 35. These people came and slaughtered people in the millions, built up their cities, built up the world, and they think that God forgot about it. He didn't forget about it. Read out the book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 33, and it reads, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. How do you pollute the land? For blood, it defileth the land. You see that? Blood defiles the land. And the white man came here and shed millions of blood of millions of people. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. The only way this land could be cleansed of the blood of the indigenous Mayan that is spilled in here is by the blood of the person that spilled it. And that's what the Most High say. And that, according to the Most High, is righteous justice. That's justice. Righteous justice. Right? These people came here and slaughtered many people and polluted this land with blood. Right? They killed these people and stole their land. They put them on slave ships. They whipped their backs. They feed their kids to alligators so they could make alligator shoes. And they must pay for these atrocities they committed. And I'm going to get that one more time in the book of Habakkuk in the Old Testament. Habakkuk chapter 2 in the Old Testament. Habakkuk, reading out the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. And it reads, woe. So the word woe in the Bible means destruction. So it reads, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. Didn't they build and establish this land we're standing on right now with blood? Didn't they build it off the blood of the black man? Didn't they take this land from the Mayans, the indigenous Mayans? They built this land with blood and establish a city by iniquity and built a city by sin. That's how they got this place, by bloodshed. And the Most High said destruction to you. I also read that he said the Most High is not mocked. I saw a man sow, so shall he reap it. Right? And don't think because you don't look right, or because you look a certain way, you might not be a white man, because your nationality, pardon me, Salakia, your nationality is determined by your blood, not your appearance, right? By who your father is. If the father is a white man, you're a white man. Even, I'll give an illustration. Bob Marley, he might not look white, but he's a white man. That's it. His father is a white man. He's a white man. It's not by how you look, it's by your bloodline. That's how the Most High deal with everything, by bloodline. Each nation, 18 nations, 18 different bloodlines. Right? And the Most High have not forgotten that thing that they did. Right? And some people believe, most people here in Belize love the white man. They look at the white man like, oh, he got pretty eyes, not knowing that that thing is recessive gene. That blue eye and that green eye is recessive gene. God hates them. That's why he didn't give them no melanin. He hates them. The one thing that the Most High God gave you to give you energy, that sun, because that sun actually gives you energy. Everything reach for the sun. All trees reach for sunlight. Everything needs sunlight. But the only person on earth that can't take the sun is the white man. Why is that? Because God cursed them. And he hate them, like I read in Romans chapter 9. Right? That's why he gave them no melanin. And everybody worship the white man. A lot of people don't realize that the white man is their God, right? And the Most High told you to step away from them. Step away from them. Separate yourself from them. But yet all people love these people, want to be like them, want to be one of them, right? The Most High told you to separate from them because he got big things planned for them, right? Big things planned for them. A lot of people believe that once you die, you go to heaven in the sky or hell under the earth, not knowing that there's no heaven in the sky and there's no hell on the earth. That's indoctrination that you learn in the Christian church. Right now, we, the children of Israel, we are living in hell. This is our hell. And our hell is the white man's heaven. That's why they could come and go wherever they please. Because this is their heaven. But when their heaven is done, and if you look around, you can see the heaven is already falling, our heaven begins. And the same way their heaven is our heaven is going to be their hell. I didn't say that. The Most High, Yahweh said that, right? And the Most High have big plans for them. Let me show you some of the things the Most High says is going to happen to them. I'm going to start in the book of Psalms chapter 137. I'm going to start at verse 9. now, verse 7 right here. Psalm 137, verse 7. It reads, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, and Edom is a white man. In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So when Jerusalem fell in 70 AD, the white man was yelling, bring it down to the ground, even to the foundation thereof. That's what he was saying, right? But King David is telling the Most High to remember that they said that. Verse 8, O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. See what he said? They ought to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. And when the children of Israel take revenge on them, like the Most High say they will, they're going to be happy to serve as paybacks, to give them payback just the way they gave it to us. Verse 9, happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. So we will be happy in that day to take their little white recessive genes, blue-eyed babies, and slam them against stone, just like they did to our forefathers. Same thing. And like I said again, the Most High said that is righteous justice. That is righteous judgment. Because the Most High is a God that deals with balance. And if you do it, you got to get it done back to you. That's balance. And that's how the Most High deals. Right? So he said, happy shall he be. Right? And we will be happy in that day. And I'm going to show you that again. The Most High deals with justice, righteous justice. I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah now. Read not the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 15. And this is for these Israelites that love their enemies. And FYI, every nation on earth that is not your people is your enemy. You don't believe me? Read Psalms 83. Everyone, this is for those Israelites that love their enemies. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. The same, when Christ come back, you clinging on to these white men, you're going to die by the sword. And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Thus saith the Most High, and that's the second time I'm reading the exact same thing. Their children are going to get dashed to pieces in front of their eyes. Right? I am not your Sunday school teacher. I am not going to teach you and tell you no prosperity doctrine. I'm going to give you it, thus saith the Most High. And anybody that don't like it, take it up with God. Right? Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their house shall be spoiled the same way when they came into Belize and they spoiled the Mayans, the same way the Most High is going to spoil their houses. And their wives ravished. The exact things they did to you, the Most High is going to put that spirit on you to do to them. That's what the Most High said. You got a problem with it, like I just said, take it up with God. Right? Take it up with God. And I'm going to continue reading now. Let's go to the next chapter, Isaiah chapter 14. Because this is a judgment of the white man. This devil. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Read not the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob. I read in Romans chapter 9 verse 13 that the Most High loved Jacob. And see what he says here? For the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. And I'm going to say this for a second time. Israel is not a land. Israel is a nation of people. But we don't know who Israel is because that was taken away from you. That was whipped out your backs. In church. Never mind. In church. And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. Who is the strangers? The strangers is every nation of people on this planet that is not Israel. Those are the strangers. It said the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. The word cleave means to hold on tight. They're going to grip onto you tight. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the Israelites, the people that don't know who they are this day, the people calling themselves black, calling themselves Creole, and pay attention, I'm not calling everybody in police, I'm being very distinct in who I'm talking to. The people that call themselves black and Creole and Mayans, these are the Israelites. Nobody else here in Belize is Israelites. Right? These people. And the house of Israel and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord. It said you're going to possess them. When you possess something, you own something. For servants and handmaids. They're going to be your servants and your handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. So the people that were captives shall take the people that had them captives as servants and handmaids. And they shall rule over their oppressors. You see what the Most High said? And you shall rule over your oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrows. Right? Because whether you know it or not, you're in sorrow. You get up and you work hard and you have nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. But look around you. You see plainly your enemies come to your land and they own shit. It's like they own stuff. What you need, look right over there. Look at the gas station. Look right up the block. You see, those are the people that have stuff. And the Most High said they're your enemies, right? They're not your friends. They're your enemies. And from the fear and from hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. And the Most High is going to take that away from you. Because whether you know it or not, you're serving hard bondage. You're serving hard bondage. And that bondage was punishment from the Most High himself for not keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, right? And the Most High, let me get that in Deuteronomy and show you this. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because the Most High put these people over you. But he didn't tell them to do the things that they did. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. I'm going to start at verse 47. Because thou servest not the Most High thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, because when we was in our own land, we had everything that we could imagine, and we did not serve the Most High, happily serve the Most High. We wanted to be like these heathens, right? And the Most High said, because we served him not with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. You hear what he said? You're going to serve your enemies. You walk up into a Chinaman's shop and you serve him. You work for pennies for a week. You work long hours and get paid scrap, which the Most High shall send against thee. So the Most High sent these people against you. In hunger, when you're hungry, you have to go to these people for your bread, for your flour, for anything you want to eat. You got to go for them. Go to them for. And in thirst, you have to go to get the water from them. And in nakedness, your clothes from them too. And even if you say, you know what, I'm a seamstress, I'm a tailor, and I sew my own clothes and make my own clothes, guess what? Where do you get your material that you make your own clothes from? Your enemies. Because God said you will serve them. And in want of all things, he said, and in want of all things, you have a child being born, you have to go to them for a birth certificate. You can't even die in peace without going to them for a death certificate. Right? You have to go to your enemies for everything, because God said so. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So guess what? You can say you don't have a yoke of iron on your neck. Guess what that means? You're already destroyed. Verse 48. Verse 49. The Most High, the Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth. And here's a clue to who this nation is. As swift as the eagle flieth. Ask yourself, which nation used the eagle as their symbol? And that's who the Most High sent against you. Once you can figure that out, you know who the Most High sent against you. A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Because when they first came here, the Mayans did not speak their language. When they went into Africa, we didn't understand them. They spoke different language than us. Verse 50, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Right? The Most High told you these things. And we willingly walk up into a church on a Sunday, which is not even the Lord's Day, and give these pastors 10% of your hard-earned money to lie to you. And why do you do that? Because you love getting lied to. You love hearing smooth things. Oh, we're all going to die and we're going to float in the cloud and sing kumbaya. You love to hear lies. My people love lies. Thus saith the Most High. You love lies. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you love lies. I'm going to get it out the Bible. You love lies. You love lies. Let me get that. Read not the book of Isaiah chapter 30. I'm going to start at verse 8 to show something. Now go, write it before them in a a table and wrote it in a book. I'm reading it out of a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever. Verse 9, that this is a rebellious people. The Most High said his people are rebellious, lying children. They love lies. Not only do they love telling lies, they love telling it too. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High, which said to the seers, see not. We're telling the prophets, don't tell you what time it is. And to the prophets, prophesies not unto us right things. You guys don't want to hear the truth. That's why you walk up in a church and give the pastor money to lie to you. Prophesies not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. What they love? Smooth things. You guys love to hear things smooth. You don't want to hear the right things. Prophesy deceit. This is what you say to the prophets. Verse 11, get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. That's exactly what you said. You don't want to hear the words of God. You said, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. That's what you want. You don't want to hear the truth of the Most High. You want to hear lies. That's why you go in our church every damn Sunday and give the pastor your hard-earned money. I'm out here, I ain't asking nobody for a right penny. And I'm telling you the truth as thus saith the Most High. I don't care about your money. I care that you learn the truth. That's why I care, because the Most High is about to come down on this earth with his fierce anger. And he doesn't care if you're a man, if you're a woman, or if you're a child. He don't care if you're young, and he doesn't care if you're old. He doesn't care if you're a grandmother. He doesn't care if you're a grandfather. He's going to kill you. I could get that scripture too. I could pull that scripture too if you don't believe. The Most High cares only about obedience. Right? So he said, we like to hear lies. And then I get that one more time, and then I'm going to continue on to show you we love lies. And that's going to go in the next book, Jeremiah. We love lies. Read Jeremiah chapter 5. Reading out the book of Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 31. The prophets prophesied falsely. When you're going up in this church, everything they tell you is a lie. They don't tell you anything true. Name one thing they tell you and I can prove to you it's a lie. I dare anybody can tell me anything they learned in church and I can prove to you with the Bible it's a lie. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? You see what he said? He said, my people love to hear lies. That's what the Most High said. You guys love lies. You don't want to hear the truth. You love lies. The lie they tell you is that you and your oppressor is going to go to heaven. That is not in the Bible. Matter of fact, I'm going to stay in the book of Jeremiah. I'm going to go to Jeremiah chapter 30. I'm going back on these oppressors and their judgment. Going back on these oppressors and their judgment. Because they got judgment coming to them for all the bloodshed that they have committed, all the lies, rape, robbery, murders, all the atrocities they've done to this earth. They got to pay for it. Read not the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16. Sirach chapter 30, verse 16. And it reads, therefore, all they that devour thee. It did not say some of them that devour thee. It did not say a few of them. It did not say one of them. It did not say none of them. But it said, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. And all thy adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. And that's the beauty of it right there. There will be slaves in the kingdom of heaven. Hear it? And every one of them shall go into captivity. And all they that spoil thee shall be a spoil. And all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. You know why? Because he's a balanced God. The first scripture I read said, as you reap, you sow. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you that he's a balanced God. I'm not just going to say it, I'm going to read it in the book of Proverbs. Not only is he a balance, he hates unbalance. Read not the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Most High. But a just weight is his delight. So if you kill a man, for the Most High to be happy, you gotta die. That's what he means by a false balance. The Most High is not just love. The same way he loves, the same way he hates. That's why all you have to do is look around and you can see that the Most High deals with balance. You don't even need the scripture to see that. Look up. Did he not give you night and day? Balance. Up and down, balance. Life and right, left and right, balance. In and out, balance. Everything east and north and south, balance. East and west, balance. The Most High deals with balance. And he said a false balance is an abomination. So if you're going around talking about all you do is love, 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 you're an abomination to the Most High. And the word abomination means you're disgusting. The Most High deals with balance. Bottom line. And I'm going to get that one more time to show you who deals with balance in the New Testament. Read not the book of 2 Thessalonians. I'm going to show you the Most High only deals with balance. Chapter 1, verse 6. And it reads, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Not only is he saying it's balance, he said it's righteous for payback. But the only thing is, we don't give the payback, the Most High gives the payback, right? And I don't know who wants to get along with the oppressors, with the right man, but I sure as hell don't. I want my payback. That's what I want. I want my justice. I want to whip their backs, just like the Most High said. And matter of fact, that's in the Bible too. That's in the Bible that you're going to whip their backs. But you up in church every Sunday, hearing the preacher teach to you a lie, right? Now, they teach to you a lie. Everything they ever taught you is a lie. Not only do they teach you a lie, they teach you that God loves everybody. I dare anybody that could hear my voice to come show me one verse that says God loves everybody. I could show you more than one that says he don't. God doesn't love everybody. That's not in the Bible. We never learned any truth in the church. Matter of fact, when you read the book of Acts in the New Testament, the Most High tell you to stay the hell out of the church. He said you shouldn't go up in church. That's why and newsflash, church was beaten into your ancestors' back. They didn't willingly go up in the church. They got it beat into their backs to go up in the church. And now you can't pay you enough money to leave it alone. Right? All you have to do is do a little research and you will see it right there for you. Right? The Most High never sent anybody in the church. I'll get to that scripture too. The Most High never told you, your body's a church. Reading at the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 20 to 48. And it reads, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So it says the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So if you walk into any church, anywhere, not just in Belize, anywhere on this planet, on this green planet, that temple was made by somebody's hand. And what it says here, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet. Not only that, I could find this somewhere else. FYI, it's in the Old Testament in the book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 1. Right? So I want to know where the Most High sent anybody in the church, since it clearly states that he doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. Yeah, so the Most High, matter of fact, I'm not done with, I keep getting sidetracked. I'm not done with this judgment of the white man yet. I'm not done with them. I'm going to go to the book of Malachi, chapter 1. I'm going to start at the top, and it reads, the burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi. Verse 2, I have loved you, said the Most High. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? And that's what we say to the Most High. The Most High says he's loved us. And we say to the Most High, how you love us when we living in poverty and we getting our backs whipped in. We work 9 to 5 and walk home with nothing. Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Most High? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains is his government, and his heritage waste. You see what the Most High said? He laid the white man's government and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, right? And matter of fact, when you go into the breakdown of the name Esau, the name Esau means wasted away is he. How you know he's wasted away? You take a look at a white man. He got blue eyes, he got green eyes. Those are recessive genes. He can't take the sun. That's why he always trying to block out the sun with smog and with every other thing he could find out. Because not only do he hate the sun hates him right back. Right? That's why he has to wear sunscreen. I've never wear sunscreen a day in my life. My skin is natural sunscreen. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Most High of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. No matter how they build it, the Most High going to destroy it. That's what he said. And they shall call down the border of wickedness. You see what you're going to call these people? And I'll show you it's the people he's talking about. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Most High have indignation forever. And the word indignation means righteous hatred. The Most High hate them forever. Thus saith the Most High, all praises, right? And I hate them too. Right? That's one of the just judgment. I'm not done with the judgment either. I'm going to go into the book of Obadiah now. I'm going to start at verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Most High Yahweh concerning Edom. Matter of fact, let me pause right there one real quick second and get Edom. Just so you know who's Edom. Genesis 36 verse 8. Reading at the book of Genesis chapter 36 verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So now back to Obadiah. The vision of Obadiah. Thus said the Most High Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, this is what the Most High hath done with the white man. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. All nation on this earth hates the white man. And why do they all hate him? Because he's in all their nations, imposing his will, or as he likes to put it, civilizing them, but saving them, making them civilized, right? But now he's dominating them. Verse 3, the pride of thine heart has deceived thee. The pride in the white man's mind has deceived him. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. You know why it said the clefts of the rocks? Because the original cave dweller is the white man. That's who's the caveman, the white man, whose habitation is high. Who builds skyscrapers and live in them? The white man. Everybody else that builds skyscrapers try to follow after the white man. Why does the white man build skyscrapers? Because he used to live in the mountains, in caves. That said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? The white man rule this planet right now, rule this world, and they think they are untouchable. They don't remember, they don't know that they got to pay for their sins, right? Thou that exalt thyself as the eagle. Another time the Most High should give you a clue to who your oppressor, who the wicked man is, who the devil is. They exalt themselves as the eagle. Ask yourself, whose symbol is the eagle? And though they set their nest amongst the stars, how they will set their nest among the stars? They're the first people put satellites up out in the atmosphere. Thence will I bring you down, said the Most High. But no matter how high they exalt themselves, the Most High said he's going to bring them down, right? And we need to get away from these people ASAP. Come back to the Most High, come back to the law, statute, and commandments, because the Most High put them over you to be your whipping boy. Not for you to look up to them, not for you to be like them, not for you to want to be one of them, but to whip your behind for being disobedient to him. Right? Matter of fact, I'm going to read that too. Revelation chapter 18. And it reads, Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And it reads, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin. You see what the Most High is telling you? Come out of her. Is he talking just come out of America? In a way he is, but he's talking on a spiritual level. Come out of her philosophies. Come out of her indoctrination. Come out of her ways. Leave that sodomite business alone, man on man, woman on woman. Leave that. That's the philosophy of the white man. The white man is a damn homosexual and sodomite. Right? Come out of the indoctrination. It says, I'll continue. Come out of her, my people, that ye not be partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven. See, America is full of sin. And the Most High had remembered her iniquities. The Most High had forget her iniquities. Verse 6, reward her, even as she rewarded you. And double unto her double according to her work. In the cup which she had filled to her double. So the Most High is going to give her double what he gave us. Right? He gave us 400 years, they're getting 1,000. Right? That's what he said. I didn't say that. He said he's going to pay them back double. Right? They made... Matter of fact, I'm going to continue. I'm going to jump down to verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. You see how quick America is going to get destroyed? In one day. Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Most High Yahweh who judgeth her. Right? I'm going to read verse 9. And the kings of the earth. What is it talking about, kings of the earth? Is there any king that's arrived today on the earth? Anybody that call themselves king? No. But what do you mean by kings of the earth? It's talking the prime minister here in Belize, the prime minister or whatever, presidents of the different countries running about the planet who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her. Because these countries, these presidents and prime ministers going to be crying for America when the Most High said to get out of her for sake of philosophy. Because the only thing America has ever teach you to do is become a homosexual and a sodomite. Meanwhile, the first thing the Most High ever said to man was be fruitful and multiply. When they shall see the smoke of her burning. Why? Because we love this place. We all want to go and die. We would sell our soul to go to America. I hope anybody that want to get there so they could die in the place of their captivity. The Most High ain't tell you to do that. The Most High said come out of her. And I'm going to give you that one last time, and I'm going to end it for there today. And I'm going to go into the Old Testament in the book of Malachi. In the book of Micah. Not Malachi, Micah. Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Because everybody they would sell their soul to get to America. But this is what the Most High says concerning America. Read not the book of Micah chapter 2, verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. America is not your home. Belize is not your home. Arise and depart out of her. Get out of her dirty philosophies, her wicked ways of life. Because it is polluted. You see what the Most High said? It is polluted. It shall destroy you. He didn't say it's going to make you whole. He said it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. And with that I say, repent and be converted. Ka halaya Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. Shalom.